Hey everyone, I got a special announcement. I'm really excited to talk about it today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm JJ the Bearded Bookworm, and today I got a special announcement. Taylor over at Made Between the Pages and I have been working together to facilitate a read-along for one of our favorite books from when we were kids. As I'm sure you've already gathered by the title and the thumbnail, that read-along is going to be for Redwall by Brian Jacques. This read-along is going to take place over the course of September, and we created a Discord that is broken down by sections of the book so that you can go in there and discuss those specific parts with other people doing the read-along. We're also planning to do a live show on the 27th. It's near the end of the month, so hopefully most everybody has finished the book and we can talk about our thoughts and, talk about our memories reading the books as kids and just have a lot of fun with other people in the read-along. So like I said, for Taylor and I both, this book is a big part of our reading as children. So like I said, for both Taylor and I, Redwall was a big part of our childhood reading. I'm going to link Taylor's video down in the description. She talks a lot about her experience with Redwall. But for myself, Redwall is the book that got me into reading. The story goes, and I've said it multiple times on the channel, my school growing up, they had like a flag ceremony every morning out on the playground where you lined up in your classes and did the pledge and whatnot. And one day the local librarian came and did some presentation at flag ceremony. I have no idea why, but she did. And I honestly couldn't remember everything that she said, but she came through with like these masks, like homemade masks of like, a mouse, rabbit, a badger, and just kind of gave these like character introductions to characters from the book. And for whatever reason, it just like struck home. So I got home that day and begged to go to the library to find out about this book. And about 2 weeks later, after relentlessly badgering, pun intended, and so finally my mom took me to the library. And this library was super small. Like, it's 2 rooms, probably like a 10-foot by 20-foot library in its entirety. And I go up, and at this point it had been about 2 weeks, and I'm like, you came to my school, you talked about this book, I have no idea what it is. And she's trying to figure out, she's like, I'm going through, and I told her about the mask. She's like, oh, okay, that's Redwall, here you go. And she went and showed me where they were, and at this point I'm like 8, so I have no idea anything about the books, whatever. She's like, here you go, this is the first book, and went from there. But I got the book, took it home, and at that point just completely fell in love with reading. I was already kind of into reading as a kid, but like this was what like solidified me as I'm a reader. And so Redwall itself takes a place in this fantasy world where the characters are all like woodland creatures. Mostly mice, but also rabbits, badgers, birds, squirrels, all of those little woodland creatures. And it's very stereotypical where the bad characters are your rats, snakes, foxes, things like that. Like, you're the ones where you're like, oh, your typical bad guys are the bad animals. But the whole universe revolves around this abbey, Redwall. So this book, Redwall, follows Matthias, and Matthias is like a young squire type in this abbey. And he has dreams of being this great warrior like Martin the Warrior, who's a mouse that lived long ago that helped found Redwall. And so Matthias is struggling with that, of just wanting to have this life of adventure, but is living this life of, service and solitude almost, where right here in the Abbey is a very insulated world for him. And then Clooney the Scourge comes. And Clooney the Scourge is this big, nasty looking rat that comes and just starts wrecking stuff. I'm really excited for this read along. I'm really excited to revisit almost like the origin story for me of reading. I hope you all will join us in reading Redwall. The links for the Discord are down in the description once again. But that's going to do it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm JJ the Bearded Bookworm, and I'll see you tomorrow.